So I thought I'd do something I haven't done in a while, which is kind of a state of the channel for people who are very interested in the channel. Um, I had a couple benchmarks that occurred, and so there's been some things that have been quite good with this channel regarding the channel, and some things that are not so great. But I have no intention of stopping. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm going to keep going on it. But the first thing is that in order to monetize the site, and that does not mean I have any intention of monetizing it, but I'm just playing around with it. The first thing I had to do was reach 3,000 hours, viewing hours, not 3,000 views, 3,000 hours, and I have exceeded that, and am close to 4,000. 4,000 is another benchmark. The other plateau I needed to, or not plateau, but the other number I needed to reach was over 500 subscribers, and I have done that. So right now I have 502 subscribers, which means I could technically monetize the site, and it added uh, a new tab on here called estimated revenue, which has nothing because I don't think there's been enough time. But I have not submitted anything for monetizing it. I don't know if I will. I don't think it would change anything from the viewpoint of a viewer. It almost implies that it would be adding ads, but I don't think so. And my videos already have ads. So now if you have followed along and watched the videos, you might be thinking, well, I've never seen ads on your videos. It's because a video requires at least 100 views before they throw an ad in there. So if you're someone who watches the videos very soon after I post them, then you won't see any videos, which is probably a incentive for people to watch early because then you can watch it ad free. So the path I'm going down, I had really planned on going heavy on Jack Kirby's Fourth World, and I'm kind of backing off of that a little bit. I absolutely intend to finish it, but it's not getting the views that I was hoping for. And I like to see my videos, the main videos, get between 200 and 300 views, and I've only had one of those videos exceed 200 views. So I'm kind of slowing it down a little bit. Again, I fully intend to finish it, but take a little bit more time on that, and I hope everyone's okay. If the views pick up, then I will probably devote more or at least release them faster. I'm well through the omnibus of it, so there's a ton of videos. I just haven't published them yet. As for where the channel isn't going as good, my total views had been over 10,000 for a month, and it's gone down, and that was like 2 months ago. So even though my subscribers have gone up, my views have gone down. So that's a little strange. My subscriber, the rate at which I'm getting subscribers is maintaining about a steady pace. It's not really picking up. So the thing with the Jack Kirby's Fourth World, I have no idea whether it's because people are not interested in Jack Kirby's Fourth World or whether YouTube simply is not promoting those videos. I don't know. I have no way of knowing that. I've been working on Golden Age Justice Society. I have probably 10 videos, but it takes me a couple months from when I start a new project and when I actually start releasing the videos. So we'll see what direction I go down. This will probably end. I might do some while I'm still working on Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate takes forever to get through. There's only like 5 or 6 stories that I haven't created a video for, but I'd really like to finish that one up and then start on the JSA, and we'll see. The Dr. Fate also does not get as many views as, say, Superman or the Legion of Superheroes and stuff like that. So we'll see what kind of interest the Justice Society gets. I've also just this week started Doom Patrol. I haven't made any videos yet. I'm just going through the books, or the book. It's one omnibus for the Silver Age Doom Patrol. But we'll see if there's how much interest there is in that. I'm going to be putting, and again, this is going to be a ways out. I've already created some videos for the Jim Shooter era. I think I'm going to take a break from the Legion for a little bit. I don't want to go through all the Silver Age stuff and be completely done. So I think I'm going to take some time off, although you won't detect that for quite a while because I have a ton of videos that I haven't produced yet. I really want to thank everyone who has supported my channel. Particularly, I've gotten a lot of comments, so that's really nice. Also, if I go in here and let's see, I'll look at the content. So filter it to ones that are published, public. And if you look at the likes, it's almost entirely 100%. So that's really nice. I appreciate that. If you have an issue with anything, look at that. It's like everything 100%. If you don't like something I produce, or you have a disagreement or whatever, it's always nice to put it in the comments, because a thumbs down really doesn't help me at all. It doesn't really tell me anything. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention is that I saw one other channel, and I'm not going to mention the channel name, not because I'm trying to hide it, but because I'm going to say some critical things about the channel, and I have no interest in burying anybody. But the channel was basically doing, and I don't think this person was following what I'm doing. I don't think I had any influence, but going through and reading through a comic, and in this case, it was a comic that I had done, which is the first appearance of Metallo. And this person was doing it very differently than how I do it. There had been some talk early on, particularly people saying, it's hard to, or there are some people who are bothered by the fact that I hold the camera, and it's sometimes hard to keep it steady, particularly when I'm focusing way in. And that's the way I do it, is I try to go kind of like almost panel by panel. And it bothers some people. Most people don't seem to have an issue with it, but some people didn't like it. And I've tried very, very hard to do different things. And sometimes it even matters, what time of day do I do it? Like, how steady is my hand? What time of day? How do I hold the book? What have I eaten? It really can be a challenge to hold the camera steady. But what this fellow did was he laid the comic down, and he was using a comic, not an omnibus or a hardcover book, which makes it much harder to lay it down, and then had a fixed camera on top of it. The problem there is that since he's not only showing not a single page, but both pages, everything's going to be much smaller on the screen. So he has removed the problem of any shakiness using a fixed camera, but what he's lost is getting in there close and looking at the images. So, and I can tell you that for me, particularly when I'm going through a video that's 8, 9, 10 plus minutes, it's kind of tiring, actually. I get a little bit tired. And some of the stories that I'm going to be looking at later are a bit longer. That's why one of the reasons I'm not doing any really long videos. This video he produced for Metallo, my video was probably about 8 or 9 minutes. His was almost 30 minutes. And I'm not sure it needed to be that long. I try to keep mine fast because I want people to be able to come on my channel, spend a few minutes, and then move on with their life. Just, oh, that was cool. Okay, now I'm moving on. And that was a long video to spend on Metallo. The other thing he did, again, I'm not trying to bury it. It's just this is how he chose to do it, and it's not how I chose to do it. He used profanity in it also, including dropping the F-bomb. So he was having some fun. I have purposely tried to avoid any profanity. I got scolded the other day. Somebody felt that something I said was inappropriate. I didn't really think so. I always watch my videos twice before I post it. And if I'd have noticed what I said, I wouldn't have redone it because it did. But some people are, offended by some things. I can't, it's hard not to offend anyone. So I'm trying to I'm certainly not above using profanity, but I think for the channel that I'm trying to produce, I don't see a reason for profanity, and I'm trying to kind of keep it similar to the tone of the Silver Age, and so just avoid that kind of language. But that was his thing. That's what he wanted to do, or that's what he chose to do. And so his channel had about less than half the subscribers. And my channel's small, but he had less than half my subscribers. So it's possible that people were not finding it as appealing. And particularly, I think the 30-minute that's a long time to spend on the introduction of Metallo. But anyway, I didn't really take any tips from that channel, but it was interesting to see how someone else did it. And it was interesting to see the effect of having a fixed camera. And I have a suspicion that if a vast majority of people on here, if they had a choice between that fixed camera and the way I'm doing it, which is moving around, I think they'd prefer moving it around. And it's also darn near impossible to lay an omnibus flat. So anyway, that's where the channel's at. I'm really excited, really looking forward to moving on to some new stuff and continuing on with Jack Kirby's Fourth World. And by the way, let me add one more thing. I have put in here a lot of playlists. I've spent a lot of time on it. I don't think too many people use it. So for instance, Jack Kirby's Fourth World, I have a playlist in here. And if you go in, and what I did with the playlist is every single video, and so you could see I'm up to video 16, but I have 44 videos, so there's way more than what I have published yet. And everything is in here numerically, sequentially in the order in which they were published and the order in which they are in the omnibus. So if anybody just wants to, so you could do different things. Maybe you just want to read the stories from Jimmy Olsen's section. So you could go in to, or let's forget Jimmy Olsen. Let's say you only want to read the Forever People. You could go into, you could go into the Forever People playlist and just go through comic by comic, because it's all in here numerically. Or you could go through the entire Fourth World, or you could do Jimmy Olsen or whatever. But I really spent a lot of time on the playlist, and hopefully people will, if you discover it, you might find it useful. Anyway, thank you for everyone, and have a great day.